This was a course that was developed under funding by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. And what they wanted to do was to create MOOCs for 10 basic core classes. And they put out a request for proposals, and Georgia Tech won 3 out of 10 of these courses. We're teaching introductory physics. Mike Schatz is doing that. And Karen Head and Rebecca Burnett are doing English composition. Now that's a real challenging MOOC. And I'm doing Introduction to Psychology as a Science. We had about 2,500 actually finish everything and get a grade and do the test and the exam, but the other 17,000 really would just looking at the videos, looking at the textbook. So it's really a very different kind of teaching. Last spring I did it just for MOOC students, not for Georgia Tech people, and it was very interesting. For example, you have no one in the room with you while you're lecturing, and that's the first time I haven't had any feedback from students who are taking the class and giving you feedback. Even if it's nonverbal feedback, you get it. So the differences between the MOOC students out there in the world, I had 28 countries last spring, and the Georgia Tech students, is the Georgia Tech students do have to come to class on Tuesdays and Thursdays, not for an hour and a half, but for about 45 minutes. On Thursdays they take a quiz, and on Tuesdays we do what's called flipping the classroom. We actually have discussions and do experiments and demonstrations. The lecturing is all done through the videos that they watch before they come to class on Tuesday. I always like challenges in teaching, and this has really been one. I found it very interesting, and I really couldn't wait to interact the MOOC with the flipped classroom and the Georgia Tech students. I mean, I'm really looking forward to that this year, and but it has been an experience. When I first heard, I think when I first looked at last spring, I had 15,000 people signed up, and I go, 15,000? I have 10-year-olds taking the class. I had a whole bunch of PhDs in psychology taking the class. People from 28 different countries. It's just been a very different kind of experience, but I enjoyed it.